So for anyone tuning in right now that was watching the race and wondered what happened was the stream died down, and that's a bummer. That's the second time it happened today. First with me in the party, so I really think it's a problem with Nick. I'm not sure what's going on, but most likely the stream will be up towards the end of the stream. We have 10 laps to go. We missed a couple stuff. We did have a couple more pit stops between James Slater, Clyde Balloon, Sam, Rex, and Sam and Rex just swapped positions, or at least not Sam. It was Sam and Clyde Balloons who swapped positions. And that's basically it. Lawrence is in for the 4th time today, and Beastast still leads. The gap between him and Sean, 2.7 seconds. But yeah, like Nick was saying, Sean does have a 3-second penalty, so really just adds on to the fact that it is 5.8 seconds gap between each other, and he's really gonna have to fill that in towards the end of this race, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's going to be close. You've got Sam all over the back of Cloudy Balloons here. So is he going to try and get this job done before the end of lap 20? He's going to get a good exit here into the final sector. Is he going to go down the inside? He does sling it down the inside. You have to say that's job done. But is Cloudy Balloons going to come back at him? He's got the outside line. Sam's got the inside line. This is Force India versus a Williams. The Williams goes back down the inside. The Force India has to give position, and fantastic defensive driving there from Cloudy Balloons. And 2.8 seconds now the gap between Beastast and Sean. So it has come down a little bit. And Mally comes into the pits for his second stop of the race. He's going for a short stint on those ultra soft tires. Sam's going to have another go into turn 1 here. Is he going to be able to sling it down the inside? He does just that. Hits his apex. Where is the Cloudy Balloons? Just behind. Gets a good exit, but I have a feeling that is going to be job done. I said that earlier though, and I was wrong through these S's. Someone came back. But no, that is pretty much job done for Sam for the moment. And apologies again to everyone for going down. That's the second time tonight. We went down earlier in the podium race, which is really strange because we've done, as I said, this one will be our 34th live stream, and up until tonight we've never gone down. So I'm not sure whether there's some sort of or if there's just something going on. But both times actually when I disconnected, I had left the session. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but maybe just a bit of a coincidence.
Speaking of going down into the corner, around the outside, Cloudy Balloons against Sam. Sam trying to hold it, and around the outside, if Sam can do it, hand up in frustration for Cloudy Balloons, hopping over the curb and down to the inside, and then Mally comes out of nowhere on those new Ultra Softs. He's gonna get by both of them, and he's been bamboozled, and we didn't even see him coming through as we approach lap 21. And
side by side.
At it. Oh my lord, they're still going at it. Finally clears them. And now Mally needs to get by the Force India, hits the back end and breaks part of his end plate. Oh, that's a penalty for corner cutting. I honestly think that was just for hitting the back end and trying to turn in too early, and just, the car's turning way too early. And there goes Mally. Trying to get by the Force India, runs very wide, losing the back end. And now the Williams will have a say about 2 race points. Oh, and that's another penalty for, just cuts the corners left and right. Someone warning it, and that's another penalty. I just saw him cut 3 more times.
Yeah, needs to be careful, does Cardi. He's got a few already, and you can't be cutting corners just to keep with the guy in front. As James is still keeping that gap to draw about 1.5 seconds. Can he close it? We'll have to wait and see. Cloudy Balloons should stay within DRS now, but just needs to have a deep breath, keep his calm, and go at it again, because you can't do anything reckless. You've got to think of the bigger picture. DRS here, is he going to try a dive bomb or something like that? You get yourself in that sort of mood where you feel like you shouldn't have lost that position, and you'll almost try anything to get it back. But no, keeps it sensible, and causes DRS on the brakes. And James has got it down to under a second now. So the Renault versus the Red Bull, Joe having his best race of the season so far, pretty much. As we're seeing 2.6 seconds the gap between the top 2, and learning the wheel 2.5 behind MLA, 2.4 now. So we'll keep an eye on that as well, as Lawrence gets penalty. James has a look to the final corner, thinks better of it. Now he's going to work on his exit, get that DRS open as he gets a 3-second penalty for that. And is he going to try a move here into turn 1? They come onto the start-finish straight. Is he going to go down the inside? Yeah, Joe goes defensive, but it doesn't matter. James says, I'm coming through. Thank you very much. Mally sets the fastest lap on his 2-stop. Cloudy's in the pits. Alan, what did you make of that?
Oh, very interesting. And now all of a sudden, George cutting every corner just to stay with James Slater. And like you mentioned, with the corner cutting strength, with the strength here for corner cutting, not really going to help many drivers. And I honestly thought I would have had my eye on Sean. Let's change the topic now to Sean. We always mentioned in the past that he's not really good at tracks with strict corner cutting, but today, oh, and there's a penalty. A penalty for Beast has 3 seconds for multiple warnings, and now all of a sudden, swings right back in the hands of Sean. May have a chance if either Beastaz gets one more, or if he makes a mistake. I mean, he is slowly reeling him in. Yeah, like we said, Sean has really got the tracks that don't have strict corner cutting. Today, strict corner cutting is enabled, and he's ahead of his teammate, and he's still running where he should be. And MLA is only 7 seconds behind. He's not even gaining. And I find that very interesting because throughout the entire season, it's been MLA the faster man out of the Silver Arrows, and today, the roles have been reversed. And if Sean is able to get close enough to Beastaz, there may be a chance he may be able to win this race, but I don't know. Many drivers have pitted for their second pit stop. The only a few drivers up in the front have only pitted once, and they're planning on staying out there until the end. Do you think that they'll be able to survive on those soft tires to the end?
I think they will do. Anyone who fitted the soft, I reckon they will be able to go to the end. Learning the wheel is closing in on MLA, so you have to say that perhaps he's got a bit more pace on those super soft tires at this stage. And yeah, it's going to be interesting between those two for the final podium position. MLA won't want to lose those crucial points. And like I said, what will happen with the strategy call between the two Mercedes? Will they both swap positions and agree to it, or will Sean stay where he is? I did have a little look at the penalties. I know I shouldn't have, but I couldn't help myself. And Sean has 2 penalties, so it's safe to say that Sean won't be challenged for the lead unless Beastaz either makes a mistake or gets another couple penalties.
Yup, and speaking of a mistake, the gap is up to 3 seconds again. And now Sean finally falling back. And it was a matter of time. He kept pushing on those tires. And finally that car is just starting to fall back in place. Down the grid order. And MLA starting to gain forward 6 seconds now. But last lap it was 7.
Yeah, he's definitely gaining on his teammate.
Yeah, I don't think MLA has any penalties. I know Sean has 2. And like you said, there may be a chance that MLA gets just close enough to his teammate and grabs P2. There is a chance that may happen. We will wait and see, though.
Mally versus Jaw about to come up.
Yep, Mally versus Jaw. Where is that on track? That is 4. P number looks to be 7. And a couple of race points are on the line. Jaw, he has good momentum off the corner, however, defenseless against the McLaren. And right now, Mally, I mean, he's been pretty fast this race, but that extra stint has just killed him. And now trying to get by Jor, he's been held up, hits the back end, has to check up, and has to find another way around.
Yeah, wing damage there.
Been able to get by.
In those situations, Alan, you know you're quicker, you know you've got the fresher tires, and I think you just need to perhaps give a little bit of room in the... Just look, he's going down the inside now. Jor gives him room respectfully, but yeah, Mally maybe a little bit impatient there, costing that wing damage. There's not really an opportunity to pass in the fizz, and perhaps he should have let that one go until the straight. But nevertheless, he's by now. Bit of wing damage. Is Jor going to come back at him? Jor does come back at him right down the inside. Can he slow the car down? He can, but Mally gets the cut back done. And kudos for Jor for trying that one. Gives us something to get excited about. And it has to say, Alan, we've always had someone within DRS to keep us entertained throughout this race tonight.
Look, the DRS has really made a difference. I mean, in this game with the cars, it's really hard to use slipstream, and the dirty air doesn't help either. But you know, with this, the long back straightaway with the DRS really helps, and it will definitely help next week for the Mexican Grand Prix, a much more longer main straight. So we will see some passing in turn 1 there. But for this track, it really does help the fact that we have a long back straightaway. that we actually do see lots of lunges, and in turn 1 we did see a lot of passes through the beginning of this race. So this race is not disappointed today, which many expected at least would have. Oh, and SBL 3-second penalty.
And Jor as well. So both at the same time, coinciding their cars on track with their penalties at this stage of the race. Lap 25 out of 28. This one's gone quickly tonight. And apologies again, we've had 2 stream downs tonight, one in the podium tier, one in the Pinnacle tier. So we'll label them as part 1 and part 2. Yeah, as Rex now gets a penalty, so everyone pushing the limits. Etiquette now gets 1, so come the end of the race, they're obviously losing a bit of concentration, perhaps pushing the car a little bit too much. And yeah, we've got Cloudy Balloons closing in on Etiquette, so that's for 11 positions. And yeah, driver of the day, I believe, last time out was Cloudy Balloons. He was, if not driver of the day, he was within contention. It was a very close poll. Speaking of polls, they always go up after the race, so they will be up either tonight or tomorrow morning, and you can vote for your driver of the day, either the podium or the Pinnacle tier, whichever you prefer, or both. And yeah, here he is within DRS now, is Cloudy Balloons, and this is for 11th place, Red Bull versus Williams.
And yes, speaking about driver of the day, makes you really think. I mean, 3 laps to go, and I honestly don't know. I mean, you could say Beast has, he's led every single lap here today, but at the same time, you could also, I mean, not every lap, I just realized. But yeah, look at the grid. I mean, you could say MLA, but again, he did pick up 3 spots on the opening lap and held it ever since. You have Flair, no, not really. I mean, maintaining P5. James Slater in 6, he's gained 4 spots. He did start P10. And you could put your money on him, maybe, especially Jor, gained 7 spots. You could put your money on Jor as well. I honestly don't know who could be today's driver of the day. Do you have any thoughts on it?
I definitely think Jor's driven strongly today. Not just the point scoring position that he's in. He's just, I've been impressed with his driving. Obviously not perfect, but he's definitely put in a good performance. And of course, one of our premium members who we dearly appreciate. Cloudy Balloon gets himself another penalty. So he'll be counting those up at the end of the race on more than one hand. And yeah, top 3 on softs, next 3 on supers. It tells you kind of which strategy worked the best, as Lawrence gets himself another penalty. 2 retirees today, D90 and Black Mamba. So only 2 guys out of the race. We started with 15 and we're down to 13 for those of you who can't do the maths. And Sam closing in, perhaps on Jaw, 1.4. Is he going to have enough time? He's only got a lap and a bit to go, so it'd be interesting to see whether he can claw that back. If he gets within DRS, you have to say he's going to have a chance at it. 1.2 now, and yeah, Jaw's going to defend that one for his life. Yeah, MLA looks set to get 2nd position because with Sean penalties, he's going to drop down. Possibly, he might even drop down below into 4th. I reckon Sean could fall off the podium here. Alan.
Yeah, there is a chance of that. We approach 2 laps to go, and actually, 1 more sector for Beastaz as we approach the final lap. So Beastaz will be coming across the line for the final lap today for the United States Grand Prix. It's been a very quick one because Beastaz has been the quick man up in front leading this field. And yeah, we were a couple laps ago, we were talking about Sean could actually win. Now there's a chance he may actually fall off the podium. And a lot changes in just a couple laps time. For Sean, it changed dramatically, as wasn't expecting to at least risk losing his podium spot. I mean, MLA, he's 5 seconds behind, and then 3 more seconds there. And pretty close to Sean, or at least pretty close to MLA. I don't think it'd be enough. I think Sean would just have enough time. But as we reach the last lap of this Grand Prix, Beastaz, he'll increase his point lead by 10 points by a full race win. If it stands where it is, actually no, he wouldn't, because MLA would get 2nd. So that would add only 7 points to 15.
If it's 9 seconds, Alan, it's about learning the wheel is about 8.7 behind Yeah, so it's going to be close, very close. Here comes Sam, by the way, on jaw. So he's going to have a go on this last lap. We can't miss Bisas crossing the line, though, to take another win here at F1 TS Hub. Bringing his stats pretty up there, impresses with some of the greats. But switch over to Sam quickly, as he's going to have a go perhaps into the S's. No, thinks better of it, and follows him round through this first sector. Perhaps he's going to try down the long back straight. He gets so close, he almost touches in there. Needs to nail his exit. Cloudy Balloons and Rex have just had a ding-dong for the final point scoring position. So we've got two battles here to take us to the end of the race. Let's switch over. Visas crosses the line to win. Sean's going to come across the line to finish second. That'll all change, of course, after his penalties. Sam versus Jor. MLA jumps Sean, and what's Learning the Wheel going to do? Learning the Wheel just takes it by half a tenth of a second. Sam's, is he going to try the inside here? Nope. Cloudy Balloons, by the way, just got 10th position back. So Cloudy Balloons and Rex fighting it for all it's worth for that final point. Here comes the Sam. Is he going to come back at Jaw? We'll have to see into this next corner. Can he sling it down the inside? No. Switch over to Sam. Here we go. Sam and Rex down the main straight. What a fantastic finish. And Rex has got it back down the inside with DRS. What can Cloudy do? Can he hang it around the outside? Locking the wheel. They go side by side. They bang wheels. Oh, they're so close on track. Cloudy Balloons gets the job done. Rex is now going to try to hang it back round the outside. It's going to become the inside. Sam gets the position on the last corner, by the way. He crosses the line, and Joe gets him back. And Cloudy Balloons now has just got Rex back. And here we go around the outside. Rex has now got him back. They touch wheels. My goodness, what a finale to this United States Grand Prix. Side by side through the penultimate corner. Rex gets pushed out wide, touches. Williams just saves it. But that's his point scoring. But little does he know, Cloudy's got a few penalties. They cross the line side by side. Doesn't matter. Rex stays 11th. What a finish.
You described it better than I could have. That's for sure. That's the end of the United States Grand Prix. And what a finish you just witnessed. And we'll get to our podium celebrations in just a moment. Then we'll get to our race results. It was a good United States Grand Prix. Up second was MLA. And third was the Ferrari man. Of course, here in Austin, Texas, everything's bigger in Texas. And of course, that win must have felt even bigger and greater for the Williams man of Beast as he knows he extends the points lead by 7 points here in Austin, Texas against that man on screen. Those two, Beast and MLA. Here's our finishing grid order. It is Beast MLA, Learning the Wheel, Sean, Flair, James Slater, SBL, Mally Kekik, the Red Bull of Jordan, Sam, Cloudy Balloons right off the top 10. The rest of the grid is going to be Rex, Enact, Lawrence, the Sauber, Black Mumbai, and the 14th Ferrari,
D90. D90.
Okay, D90. D90 with 12 seconds of penalties.
Well done to MLA and Learning the Wheel. No penalties, both of them. So, good race for them. And look how close it was between Learning the Wheel and Sean for that final position on the podium with those penalties that Sean got. And then look further down between Jor and the time between Jor, race time between Jor and Sam is absolutely ridiculous as they cross the line. They must have been wing to wing because it's 500 thousandths of a second. And yeah, Cloudy Balloons nicking the last point there. That's got to be one of the most exciting finishes. Probably followed just behind Silverstone earlier this season in this tier. So the Pinnacle tier, they know how to race, they know how to put on a good show, and they know how to finish the night off.
Yeah. So hopefully this stream doesn't end before we do our outro. That's been a big problem we've seen today, but I think that's going to be it. Next weekend, tune in the Mexican Grand Prix at Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez for the Mexican Grand Prix. You can tune in, same place, same time, same channel, for the Mexican Grand Prix round number 18 of this championship. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching. My name is Alan Cavagnaro. I'm alongside Nick. Do you have any last words?
Nothing at all. Again, as you mentioned, Alan, Mexico, fantastic race. It's a real close call between 1 and 2 stop there, so it'll be really interesting to see the different strategies. Make sure you tune in next week, 7 PM the podium tier, 9 PM the Pinnacle tier, and it's going to be a fantastic one. Thank you for watching, make sure you hit that subscribe and follow us on Twitter.